Hi, welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, July 9th of 2025. I'm Gio Benacourt, and this is a recording done by Vantage Markets at about an hour prior to the USA session open. Well, more letters with tariff rates look to be imminent and potentially more trade deals too. On top of that, the president floated a 50% tax on copper imports and a 200% levy on pharmaceuticals yesterday. Now, the stock market wasn't too fused, finishing broadly flat. The bet appears to be that it's all noise and it won't be that bad. Now, to be fair, that's been a good gamble since Trump took office. Indices remain near record highs, but investors must have some nagging doubts about the assumption that everything will be all right in the end. The now well-known taco trade based on the idea that Trump always checks out early isn't exactly right. It's likely tariffs will be substantially higher once they are settled. The only question is how high they will end up being. It's more the case that Trump just changes his mind a lot. So, with that being said, traders certainly aren't counting on taco when it comes to copper. Prices spike after the tariffs announcement. The critical metal could become the next flashpoint for markets. So let's take a look at what we can speculate to see today. So yesterday we spoke about how the direction of the market was showing to be to do a pullback or actually a recovery, right? I was speculating that the market will come and at least revisit yesterday's open or at least yesterday's high, and it almost did revisited yesterday's open, and it did actually from that it retraced, but it still closed within half of yesterday of the previous day's market fluctuation on Mondays. Now today the market has done again a movement to the upside. It did bounce off our level of support that we have here, and it's right now in the green. So we are in full swing, obviously, of earnings season. So all of this could obviously continue to show us momentum to the upside. So let's keep that in mind. I'm going to just give it a thug on my levels of resistance. So I'm going to use Monday's swing high and yesterday's swing high for new levels of resistance. I'm going to leave the same level of support since we almost basically rejected that lower level, the first level of support in the NASDAQ. So again, looking to buy the indices. Then we have here the S&P 500, which is already yesterday it penetrated both of our levels of resistance. So it would make sense, obviously, for us to come and update them. So let's do that. Let me take a look at it here. So let's use 6,300, and then right below that 6290. I'm gonna leave the same level of support. So let's see as we come in. Do a continuation of this poop of this recovery of the markets. So going long, buying the indices, that's for sure. Now let's take a look at Dow. The Dow, it is also obviously we are in full swing of earnings season. We are looking for the Dow to make a recovery. So let's use 44,700 ish, and then 44,800 ish. I'm going to leave the same level of support here. So yesterday did continue that push lower. So it did, it closed in consecutive third day in the red. But today seems to be a recovery day. Again, looking to buy. So crude oil. All right. So crude oil, again, we're seeing how the momentum and demand is obviously rising. So therefore, we're seeing how crude oil is continuing to make higher highs, lower highs. So basically, we are in an uptrend in crude oil. Now, let me So we don't have a fractal high yet. So I wanted to come in and apply a fractal high in this particular time frame. But let's just use for daily levels, let's use 69 and 69 and a half. Obviously, it is retracing. We have the 20-day moving average right at the market. It's right almost just right below the market. So let's see if we are able to find a bid here, or we will continue to push lower and back into today's swing low. So again, the correlation between the Nasdaq and crude oil is an inverse one. So keep that in mind. If crude oil happens to also make another leg up higher above 69, it will put some pressure on the Nasdaq. But again, we are in full swing of the earnings season. Then we have Nat Gas. Nat Gas is just yesterday, after making that double top, it did continue pushing lower, and then it closed in the red. So it did break yesterday. It did break our level of resistance in a way, but since it was, I mean, let's just use the levels that we have here, but let's update our levels of support. 318. So it is today's swing low, and then I'm gonna use 316, and gonna leave those levels of resistance for Nat Gas, because it is pushing lower. So keep that in mind. Gold. So gold is being put pressure to sustain itself above 3,300. So as we speak today, fluctuation, it did penetrate both of the levels of support. So 3280, and then the lower Bollinger Band is going to be applied. So let's see if it'll recover, because right now it is recovering, but we have the 50 moving average right above the market, so that'll be its first dynamic level of resistance. Then we have silver. Look at silver. So silver, let's see if silver is gonna revisit those lows. Yesterday's low today is kind of rejecting this level of support that we have here. So resistance, since we open above our level of resistance, we can't use that. So let's just use Monday's open, which is a double top right there. Copper. Let's take a look at copper. So copper, with that news from that Trump is going to apply 50% tariffs on it, it spiked way above 5, because it was trading right below 5 yesterday, and it spiked as far as 580. So today, will we see $6 today being met? I mean, that could be a possibility. So let's just use the lower Bollinger Band as support. I mean, the upper Bollinger Band as support, right? Because it did bounce off of it. So looking to catch a bid. And right now, just pulling back is just profit taken. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, that it is on the rise. 110. Let's use 110-ish. And then 111. Because Bitcoin moves by thousands. I'm gonna use this double bottom here and the 20-day moving average as support. So obviously yesterday Trump they came out and took and lifted all the restrictions on crypto to become ETFs. So that's a positive sign for Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin has an ETF, but the cryptos. Altcoins. All right, so then we have the currencies. The euro is having some pressure. It did fluctuate below the 117, and it's also coming back to it. So let's just use yesterday's swing low as a possible level of support, and then 116,700. As far as resistance goes, well, yesterday the market did fluctuate above both levels of resistance. So let's just leave that there and see if they'll hold. Then we have the pound that is actually having a pretty wide swing. So, the pound is penetrated both of our first level of support and our first level of resistance, but right now it's just smack in between it. So I'm gonna leave them as B and see if it'll continue catching a bid. Now, as far as the dollar index goes, it'll obviously have a lot to say, because it is making. Actually, yesterday it opened gap down, but it was closed and it just it rejected 97.5. Today it is fluctuating above. It opened gap up, so that momentum could be essential to be coming and revisiting that possible 97.5. So let's see if that will be the case for dollar index, and it'll put pressure obviously on the metals and the currencies. That's it for today. Have a great trading day. See you tomorrow.